What's going on, guys? No Guides here. Welcome back to another EA Access 10-hour guide. But listen, this video is different from the ones you've seen. This is everything all in one video. I'm going to be explaining everything, how it works, the 10-hour period, how to make the web app, the companion, the catalog, star packs, nations, everything, squad battles, drafts. I'm going to explain everything all in one video because I know there's some videos out there, but some points have been missed. So I've kind of collated everything together and I basically put everything all in one video. Obviously, FIFA is coming out. Obviously, EA Access is just around the corner now. I think it's 4 days away. It's coming out on the 19th. The first thing you need to know is if you want to buy the EA Access, go to the Xbox store or go to the PSN store, and you want to search for EA Access. Now, just to make it clear, the price of EA Access will depend on whichever country you're from. I'm from the UK, so obviously we use our legal form of tender as pound sterling, so it costs £3.99. For us, if you're in the US, it might cost you $5 sorry. So you can buy it for 1 month. As long as you buy it for the month of September, you can cancel it for October. The most important thing is you buy it for this month. That's the most important thing. You can buy 12 months. It's £20. You do save some money if you want to buy 12 months because you want to try some of the games out. But 1 month is all you need, basically. You just need 1 month, get it for 1 month, and then cancel it. Now, EA Access, the first thing you need to understand is EA Access comes out on the 19th. This is a 10-hour period. From the 19th to the 24th of September, you can play 10 hours. You can distribute that however much you want. You can play 10 hours in one go, or you can spend an hour here, an hour there. That's completely up to you. Now, the early access is for those that bought the Champions Edition or the Ultimate Edition. That starts on the 24th. So 19th to 24th, 10 hours. 24th to 27th is basically unlimited early access. That's for Champions Edition and Ultimate Edition. Then the 27th onwards is when the official game gets released. That's when you can if you obviously bought the Standard Edition or you bought on Amazon and they're going to ship it to your house. That's the day it's going to come. The first misconception is, imagine this is FIFA, the 10-hour period. Understand this, as soon as the application is open, the timer is counting down. So let's say, for example, right now, right, leaving at this page, that's considered me using EA Access. So the timer is going to go down. So whenever you're not using the application, close the application. If you're going to go downstairs for a cup of tea and it's going to take longer than 5 minutes, close the application. Because you only have 10 hours. Now think about it. If you go for a cup of tea every hour and you're wasting 5 to 10 minutes, that's over an hour of additional time you could have had that you basically wasted. So every time you're not using the application, close it. Even if you're in the menus, you're using EA Access. So just remember that. It's not just if you're on a game, it's if you open the application in general. So if you're going to go anywhere for longer than a couple of minutes, obviously close the application. Now, another thing you need to understand as well, the web app is coming out on the 18th. So EA Access comes out on the 19th of September, just a few days away, 4 days away now from the day of this video. The web app comes out on the 18th of September. That will come out a day early. As long as you registered your squad on FIFA 19 before, I think, the 31st of August, you'll have access to the web app. So if you played the game before FIFA 19 before 31st of August, which I'm sure majority of you guys have, then it's fine. You'll get the web app. So you can access the web app a day before. You can obviously do some minor trading. You can open your starter packs on that. The companion app, it's not confirmed, but from the sources that I've read, and it seems to be almost legitimate, is that the companion app is going to come out a day after. So from what I know, EA Access is going to come out on the 19th. The web app is going to come out on the 18th. The companion app is probably going to come out on the same day as EA Access on the 19th. That's the phone app. So do keep that in mind. The first thing I notice is the catalog is no longer there. Now, this is very important for you to understand. The problem is every year people use the catalog to make money. That's if you played FIFA 19 before, you would know what the catalog is. You can press R3 and you go into that store thing and you can buy the 1k coin bonus. Now, that's no longer there. They've removed it. So it's going to be inherently harder now to make coins. They now replaced it with objectives. So as you can see on the screen right now, there's new objectives, season objectives, milestones, foundations. Then you have daily, weekly, seasons, and dynamic. Basically, that's all objectives. As soon as you get into the game, look at the daily objectives, look at the weekly objectives. There might be some, for example, like play a game or buy a contract and get 150 coins. Do whatever it says. Obviously, if you have a daily objective, for example, let's say, I don't know, let's say you have a daily objective of changing your kit, just do it. You'll get a couple of 100 coins here and there. There's going to be some foundation objectives as well. Now that's going to be for the new users and for anyone that's in. So it might be like rename your squad or create a squad or change your player in your squad. You might get a couple of 100 coins from there, or you might get a loan pack or something like that. So make sure you do the objectives. As I said, remember you can only do that on a console. So just keep that in mind. And obviously from the 19th to 24th, you're going to have daily objectives. So don't use if you are going to use 10 hours of EA access, don't use it all in one go. Just keep 50 minutes a day at the minimum. So that way you have some time to do the daily objectives for that expected day. So try not to use 10 hours all in one go. If you really want to, use 9 hours in one go and just keep like 10-minute increments for the 20th to 21st to 22nd to 23rd to obviously complete those daily objectives. Okay, now obviously once you're on objectives, when you get into the game, if you did play the previous FIFA, you're going to get starter packs. Now, starter packs, please do not quick sell any players. What I mean by that is, if you get a bronze player and you know he's not selling on the market, so let's say you get a starter squad, let's just you choose a nation, please do not quick sell anything. Now, generally speaking, I don't know what the game's going to be like, but if you go into the game, right, and let's say, for example, I'm not saying this is a guarantee, but you might get a loan card. If you get a French loan card, let's say you get someone like Griezmann, it might be wise, if you get him for like 7-8 games, it might be wise to have your starter squad based around some French players. So obviously, be smart, right? It's same with obviously what nation do you choose. The nation shouldn't matter too much, to be completely honest. It shouldn't matter too much. I think the cards are untradeable anyway. But obviously, if you're going for like, if you're making a French squad, it might be worth. If you're doing a French starter squad, it might be worth, obviously choosing France, so you get French players. You see what I'm saying? So try to be smart. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about from that perspective. But as I said, when you come back, you're going to be getting the starter packs. First of all, do not quick sell anyone at all. It's stupid. I don't understand why people are advising you to quick sell. It's pointless. Whatever cards you get, consumables, keep them. Consumables are going to be worth a lot of money, especially now that fitness is going to be more important. There's going to be no coin bonus from what I know. So fitnesses are now going to be much more rare now in the early access, the EA access period. So keep the consumables, keep everything. The only players you should be selling are the players you're not going to use. So let's say, for example, you pack 7 bronze players. Try to sell them all on the market. Obviously, some of them will be worth nothing, but do not quick sell them. It's no point quick selling. Even if you get 10 bronze cards worth nothing, what's the point of quick selling them? You're going to get what? 180 coins? It's pointless. You're better off keeping those players for an SBC for later on in the game, or you might have to use that for the start SBC. So do not quick sell anyone. That's the whole point. Sell what you can, amass the amount of coins that you can from the players. Whatever doesn't sell, keep trying to relist them, but do not quick sell anyone. Now, the second thing is, right, want to watch packs, Ultimate. If you bought the Ultimate Edition before the 5th of August, you get a want to watch card. Or if you bought the Ultimate Championship Edition, you get the packs. You do not get the packs early access. You get those packs when the full game gets released. So if you go into the game and you're like, hang on, where's my packs? Don't worry, you're not meant to get the packs. The packs are coming out on the 27th. So do not panic if you don't get the packs. When the full game gets released, you'll get those additional packs every Sunday. Now, obviously, as I said as well, if you're going to buy packs, like if you buy FIFA points, it's up to you. I know most of you guys do an RTG, but if you do buy it, I made a video when I explained why the return index is extremely high when a game comes out. So as I said, if you're going to buy packs, this is the time to buy it. As I said, my demographic, I know you guys are 25 to 35 is my demographic. I know you guys on Thursday, most of you are going to be at work, university, school. You're not going to spend 10 hours spamming out the bronze pack method. You haven't got time for that. I know that. So if you spend £10 on the game, be smart. This is the time to, obviously, it's going to give you a head start at the beginning of the game. Just bear that in mind. So if you are going to spend a couple of, even £5-10, this is the best time to do it. But I'll get into that later on. Now, obviously, another thing as well, whatever you can do on a web app, do on a web app. What I mean by that is, let's say the console, right? The console is used for playing games or doing objectives or whatever, right? If you're on the, for example, if you're on the console, please do not waste your time doing SBCs on a console or trading. You can do that on the web app. Whatever you can do on a web app, which is trading, trading, SBCs or tactics or making a squad, you can do that all on the web app. So do not waste any time with that 10 hours doing it on the console. Another thing as well regarding the web app, try to log into the web app. Even if you don't use the web app, try to log in every single day from the 18th. There is a chance there'll be a daily reward just from logging into the web app. So always log into the web app. So even if you're not playing FIFA that day, just log into the web app. You might get a daily reward. You might get a couple of K. Last year I did it. I got like 2 or 3K extra from, you know, daily rewards, etc., etc. Now, obviously, if you do spend FIFA points, you do have a choice: draft or packs. There is now a draft which is offline, only costs 7.5k. I don't know what the rewards are like, but obviously, if you're a go-to player and below, it might not be worth doing online, because a lot of the top players, elite players, are going to be spending FIFA points, and they're going to be basically doing the draft, the online draft. So if you're not a go-to player and above, I'll probably stay away from online draft. But as I said, if you do spend money on the game, this is the best time. Don't forget, the better squad you have now, the more wins you're going to get. So essentially, the initial investment you spend is going to accumulate further than spending FIFA points down the line. So don't wait until Black Friday. Do it now. The first 2 weeks is the kind of peak time to make money. Now, obviously, once you've done that, you've picked your starter squad. If you play draft or whatever, you play draft and you've got the money, or let's just say you're a full RTG and you've done the daily objectives, you've done some of the starter SBCs. Obviously, do the starter SBCs, you know, like not the advanced ones, do the ones where, you know, you submit 3 bronze players. For the bronze players you have in your team that are not selling, try to obviously use some of those cards to do the starter SBCs. So obviously try to do that and see what you get from those packs. Obviously do those on a web app. As I said, whatever you can do on a web app, do on a web app. Don't waste your time on a console. Once you've done that, then figure out how much money you got. Now obviously you can't decide what starter team. I know you guys are making starter teams. You probably see my videos as well. Truth be told, you don't know what starter team you're making until you get your initial packs. If you pack Neymar or you pack an icon, you're basically sorted. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you decide to sell that card, or even if you pack someone like Tony Cruz worth 70-80k, you can basically build a good squad. But not everyone's going to pack Tony Cruz. That's like 1 in 1,000 or 10,000, whatever. You see the point I'm trying to say? So obviously figure out how much money you got. Be smart. If you got 20k, start planning to make a team. What I mean by that is go on Footbin and be like, okay, I got 20k. Use the web app, start searching your players. Again, do not do this on a console. Do not waste your time on the console. Go on a web app, make a team. Use a single rotational squad method as I suggested. Fitnesses are not going to be cheap. Use a single rotational squad as I explained in my previous videos. You got 20k, buy a starting 11, buy some rotational players and look at the prices with the web app. Then when you then add them all to your transfer list, and then go on a console and then buy the players, because you might want to mass bid. Or it's no lie that, you know, sniping is better off sniping on the actual console. It's be easier to get the cards. You kind of have an advantage, but only buy the players once you made the entire squad. That way you can do everything in one go, and you'll only spend a couple of minutes, like 10 minutes sniping. You won't waste time doodling, going back and forward between concept squads. So obviously go on Footbin and look at the prices. Go on a web app, look at the prices, and then decide the starter squad that you want. Now, after you've bought the cards, you can buy them on a web app or the console. At that point, you know, if you're sniping, obviously, as I said, console's better. Then you decide what you want to play. Now, there's 2 things you want to kind of concentrate on, is rivals and squad battles. Now, this is a bit debatable. I think squad battles is more important. Now, I hate squad battles, but I play squad battles in the beginning because that gives, especially if you're fully RTG, that's going to give you the big bonus. Now, just to give you an example, the game is getting released on the 19th, okay? 19th of September. Early access, as EA access, early access starts on the 24th. So that means for those that got EA access, squad battle rewards will come out on the 22nd, 2 days before early access starts. So you want to pile in as much squad battles games you can and get the highest possible finish to take advantage. Now, in terms of rivals, you still want to play rivals, but it's kind of a risk you got to take. If you haven't got a good team, let's say your team's only worth 5k, you have to play 5 placement games. Now, don't forget, you can get placed in Division 6, 5 or 4. So you got to think, is my team good enough? Am I actually good enough at the game to compete the placement games? Even if you don't do rivals, it's not the end of the world. I'll tell you why. Because EA Access comes out on the 19th. That's a Thursday, okay? The following Thursday when Revival Rewards will come out is the 26th. So even if you just concentrate on squad battles and wait for early access, and then you get obviously the limited time frame at that point if you have early access, then you have 2 days to bang out rivals. So just what I'm trying to say is be smart. If you know, for example, you haven't got a good squad, or you know you're going to get a bad placement, it's no point putting yourself in Division 6 and you got to work your way up, and you can only move up one division every week. It's not worth it. Don't forget as well, in rivals, let's say somehow you bang out rivals and you get to Division 3 or something. Remember, you can only get 1 week's of rival rewards. So if you start in Division 5, you're only going to get rewards from that respective week. You're not going to suddenly jump to Division 2 rewards or Division 3. Just keep that in mind. So obviously try to balance out squad battles, and I would say if you got a decent squad, play obviously your placement games and concentrate on squad battles. And obviously the daily objective is like you get 500 coins for playing team of the week, then do that. Obviously if you only have 20k and let's say you make a team, let's say you choose for example like my Bundesliga team, let's say for example you can just about afford the players. With a single rotational squad, be smart. If you want to play rivals, then play rivals. Then use this in a single rotational squad method. You might have some cheap gold players in Bundesliga that cost 300 coins. Use those players for squad battles. So obviously use your main team for rivals, and then you can use your cheaper players, you know, for squad battles. You know what I'm trying to say? So obviously be smart in your choices as well. In terms of foot champs, there's no foot champs until the actual game gets released. So do not worry. I know people are being like, oh, what about foot champs? Foot champs doesn't come out until the second week of when the game gets released. So don't save any of that 10 hours for foot champs. Unless they change it this year, there is no foot champs. So do bear that in mind. Try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Try to be smart as well. If there's like a daily objective to score 10 heading goals, it might be worth to play squad battles at amateur and try to do it all on squad battles. You see what I'm saying? Don't waste your time compromising wins on rivals to do it. So that's what I'm trying to say. Be smart. If you are going to buy FIFA points and you're going to spend it on the draft, because obviously, as I said, the return index is much higher to win the draft, especially if you're a decent player. Sell players in the background. If, for example, I don't know, let's say you're playing a game, and let's say the first thing you want to do is you do drafts, right? And let's say you buy 10,000 FIFA points, you're not making your main team yet. If you acquire coins and win the draft and you open the packs, then start trading. So when you're playing the draft, have players selling in the background. Try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Don't forget, in that 10-hour period, you can start relisting players both on the transfer market on a web app and, of course, in the game. So try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Try to be smart. I think that is everything. Basically, long story short, concentrate on doing the weekly objectives, daily objectives, the foundation. Do all the objectives that you can do, obviously within reason. Obviously don't do advanced SPCs. Do the basic ones where you submit 3 bronze cards. Do all the daily objectives. As I said, keep some time of the EA access for the daily objectives. Concentrate mainly on squad battles and obviously rivals. Everything that you can do, like opening packs. If you're going to spend, I don't know, like 1 million FIFA points or whatever, I know some people are going to do that. Please don't open it on a console. I know you guys like the pack animation or whatever, but don't waste your time opening on a console. It's maybe open 1 or 2 on a console and then that's it. Open the rest on a web app. Whatever you can do on a web app. Think of whatever you do in a game. Think, can I do this on a web app? If you can, obviously do it on a web app. And as I said, single rotational squad is going to be your key. I would say 100% your key. And I think that's pretty much it. I think that's it from my side. I think that's everything all in one video. Yes, as I said, that's just the main things I highlighted. But do remember as well, you only have 10 hours. So as I said, try not to waste your time in the menus too much as well. I know it's easier said than done. Try to only be on the game to actually play a match. To be completely honest, it's not worth wasting your time, going just sit on the rivals chilling or something. I mean the menus chilling or something. So do keep that in mind. But if I missed anything else, just let me know in the comment section down below. But I think that's everything. My voice is practically gone. I think that is everything, yeah. But if you have any other questions, please do let me know. I'll try to answer them to my best of my abilities. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit of a long one. But I can guarantee you probably one of the most informative videos on EA Access on YouTube at the moment. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. As I said, any comments, questions you have, let me know in the comment section down below. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Take it easy boys, and I'll catch you in the next one.